Morning, y'all. This here's Darla Mae Jenkins, coming to you live from downtown Pine Licks, where life moves slower than a tractor in high grass. But the news? Well, that moves faster than gossip after Sunday service. Let's get to it. Monday morning, our very own president, Whitey Wallace, decided the State Saloon roof needed clearing of pests. Only, instead of a broom, he hauled up a double-barrel shotgun and started blasting at anything with wings. Pigeons, crows, even Mrs. Harlan's rooster. Whitey called it a sky tax pilot program, saying every goose he gets will go straight into the Sunday stew. One fella in the crowd said it was like watching a carnival ride with no safety bar, just louder. This week, a team of federal firearms safety specialists rolled into town from some shiny glass building up north. They showed up wearing suits that cost more than my daddy's truck and carrying clipboards like they were fixing to sell us insurance. They said they were here to inspect how our firearms are stored. Now, folks, in Pine Licks, firearms are stored in 3 places: in your truck, over your fireplace, or right here in your hand if you're fixing to use it. One of them asked Earl down at the bait shop if his rifle was secured. Earl said, "Yep, sure is. Secured to my shoulder. Want to check the safety." By the time they'd made it 2 blocks, they'd been offered squirrel stew, a hog hunting trip, and a seat at Friday night poker, all while trying to remember why they came in the first place. Last I saw, they were heading north again, looking like they'd just been chased by a turkey with a bad attitude. So here's a tip for the big city. Next time y'all come to Pine Licks to teach us gun safeties, you might just leave here knowing more than you bargained for. Saturday night over at Pine Licks Market, 2 city fellas thought they'd score a couple cases of beer and some jumper cables. Bad luck for them. Cletus, Granny, and Billy from the Redneck Gang were sitting out front, halfway through their 3rd round. Cletus grabbed a pitchfork, Granny tossed a jar of pickled eggs, burns worse than pepper spray, and Billy started playing harmonica till the thieves gave up. As Granny told reporters, "Round here there's 2 things you don't touch, our beer and our pickups." State Committee's Color Harmony Plan backfires in Pine Licks. A state-level community harmony committee rolled into Pine Licks this week with what they called a visual inclusivity initiative. Their big idea? Repaint every public building in neutral, welcoming tones so no one feels left out. First stop was the Pine Licks Bait Shop, which has been John Deere green since 1978, where they suggested a soft beige makeover. Locals didn't take kindly to the suggestion. "If you paint over that green, the fish'll stop biting," warned shop owner Buck Miller. Next, they visited the rusty keg Honky Tonk, home to the beloved mural of a buck jumping over a keg of beer. The committee proposed replacing it with a more calming scene, such as a field of daisies. Within minutes, 3 regulars offered to calmly escort the delegation back to their van. By the end of the day, the committee had canceled its presentation at Town Hall, citing lack of community alignment. As one local put it, Pine Licks has 3 approved colors: camo, barn red, and mud. Everything else is just city talk. School principal Earl Hotplate Johnson gave a speech about how kids these days need a firm hand. Then he climbed on top of his desk, pulled out a portable grill, and laid an old leather belt across it. "This is how it was before smartphones," he said. Parents laughed, not sure if he was joking or changing school policy. One dad commented, "Well, at least the kid won't smell like perfume, he'll smell like ribs." Local reporter Hank Slim Watkins claims a well-known actress called him sloppy while he was on his 3rd plate of ribs at the Pine Licks Inn buffet. He sent her a cake with "Sorry for Sloppy Slim" written on top. The cake is now displayed next to the town's longest rack of ribs trophy, and folks can't stop laughing. Slim says, "I don't mind getting insulted as long as they do it with proper table manners." Freedom Trailer Haven declares independence. Out on the edge of Pine Licks, Earl Reyes declared his own country, Freedom Trailer Haven. Population, 17 people, 43 dogs, 1 goat, and an unknown number of ducks. Currency, mason jars of moonshine. flag, and Old Base Pro Shops t-shirt. Ray says, the city ain't steppin' in his cabbage patch. Most locals see it more as a camping spot with free ID cards. One neighbor put it best, only place you'll ever be welcomed by a dog and handed a drink before you step inside. And now, folks, before we wrap up this week's news, we're gonna shift gears and head over to the pulpit, or as we call it round here, the hood of the Lord's pickup. Reverend Diesel's got a fresh sermon from the Church of the Carburetor, straight from the good book of Octane. So grab your hymnals and your shop rags, cause it's time for a little high-octane gospel.
Sunday Sermon of the Radiator, Church of the Carburetor, reading from the book of Octane, chapter 4, verse 12. And the road stretched out before them, not paved with gold, but with gravel and grease. For blessed is the one who keeps his carb clean, and cursed is he who lets ethanol touch the bowl. Brothers and sisters and busted knuckles and sunburnt necks, today's lesson ain't about speed. It's about readiness. See? Some folks only tune their engine when something breaks. They wait till the cough turns into a stall, till the rattle becomes a death knock. But the faithful know, you keep your carb clean before the trouble starts. Life's the same way. Don't wait till Sunday to pray over your carb. You don't wait till the tank's dry to thank the gas station. And you sure don't wait for the law to pull you over before checking your taillights. I've seen too many souls riding on bald tires, both in their truck and in their spirit. They running with no tread, hoping the Lord will give them a new set before the next corner. But the Lord, much like a good mechanic, helps those who bring their rig in for service before the smoke starts pouring. So this week, check your oil, drain the water from your tank, and for the love of torque, keep your carburetor clean. For in the eyes of the almighty mechanic, a man with a gummed up jet is like a preacher with no Bible. All noise and no power. Go now in the peace of premium fuel, and may your exhaust always rumble true.
Well, that was Reverend Diesel with a mighty fine and downright enlightening sermon from the Church of the Carburetor. Makes you want to check your oil and your soul at the same time, don't it? That's all we've got for y'all this week here in Pine Licks. Until next time, keep your tanks full, your tires aired up, and your hearts revving high. I'm Darla Mae Jenkins, wishing you a safe ride and a blessed week. We'll see y'all back here next Sunday for more news, more stories, and maybe even a little more gospel, Pine Lick style. Dot night, y'all. But here's what I don't get. I'm sitting here every dang week giving y'all the finest Pine Licks news this side of the Mississippi, and half of y'all won't even hit that subscribe button. You think these stories write themselves? Smash it, y'all.